In 2.3.17, we go back to a previous problem where we found a CDF for something, and now we want to find our median. So again, from our previous problem, we had the CDF, that's capital F of x, equals 4 over 819 times 65x squared minus x to the fourth over 4 minus 4,000. And that's for x is between 10 and 11. So to find median, that's always where is your area equal to 0.5. So you set the CDF, capital F of x equal to 0.5, and solve for x. So we'll have 4 over 819 times 65x squared minus x to the fourth over 4 minus 4,000 equals 0.5. Now, just because I don't like this 4 over 819, I want to get rid of all, I kind of want to switch everything to decimals. I am going to multiply both sides by, or divide both sides by 4 out of 819, and I'm just going to do that in my calculator. I really don't have to worry about it, so let's divide by 4 over 819. We'll divide this side by 4 over 819 and just switch it to a decimal, much simpler. So we'll get 65x squared minus x to the fourth over 4 minus 4,000 equals 102.375. And when I look at this, I realize this is kind of like a quadratic that I would need a factor or something. But at this point, I probably don't even want to do it by hand. Now, depending on what kind of calculator you have, this is going to be either harder or simpler. I might need to set it equal to 0 first. So let's subtract 102 from both sides. So negative 4,000 minus 102.375 gives me 65x squared minus x to the fourth over 4 minus 4,102.375 equals 0. Okay, now this part you need to solve. This goes back to Algebra 2 or Math 1050 when you want to solve. You could solve it by trying to factor, but I really don't know how to factor that, and in fact I probably can't. Okay. And you can't even quite use the quadratic formula, so there are probably no techniques that you would use to solve this by hand. They would at least be simple enough for what you need to do in this class. So if factoring is not going to work, and I don't know a quadratic formula for x to the power of 4, so something like that wouldn't work, so I will put it in my calculator and ask it to solve it for me. If your calculator can't, you are welcome to use Wolfram Alpha or something that you find online. Now, on the exam, I would not give you something this hard to solve. On the exam, it would be something simpler. So, I do it on my calculator, and I get plus or minus 10.385. Now I say calculator, I actually use Wolfram Alpha, and it gave me this weird thing with like square roots and sine square roots, but I just put that in my little calculator and got an approximate value of 10.38. And plus or minus 12.334. Now you might think, well, that's 4 answers. You can't have 4 medians. But remember up here, x can only be between 10 and 11. So which of these solutions is between 10 and 11? The only one is positive 10.385. So that is going to be your median. You'll find a lot of times these problems from the book are too messy for you to do things by hand. You're not supposed to be at this point in math. Use your technology, use calculators, use things you find online. Just remember, for the exam, you do have to do some things by hand, but I'll make sure it's very simple math.